So I make a motion, we open the public hearing for the zoning application for the fire department. May I have a second? All in favor? Okay, let's open it. Was there, first of all, we read notice.
Notice is hereby given that the Town of Shandaken Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 267-A of the state law and as prescribed in the district schedule of area and bulk regulations of the Shandaken Town Code for the purpose of hearing the following applicant. Regarding an application for 2 area variances submitted by Chief Stapleton, Big Indian, Oliveria Fire Company for a parcel located at 8 Firehouse Road in Big Indian, further identified as SBL number 12.7-2-32, said parcel being located in a highway business zoning district. The applicant is seeking these area variances in order to erect a freestanding LED sign on their property along Route 28. The sign would be used to communicate important information to the public in emergency situations, adverse weather conditions, burn bans, and other messages of community importance. The public hearing is scheduled for March 19th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. at the Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, Shandaken, New York. Anyone who wishes to make comment regarding the application may do so during the public hearing. If you are unable to attend, you can send any comments you would like read during the meeting to shandakendldg@gmail.com or P.O. Box 134, Shandaken, New York 12480. All such comments must be received no later than March 19th, 2025 at 3 o'clock p.m.
Were there any respondents? No? Anybody in the audience have any comments? Please. Yeah, please step up to the microphone. You'll be on video.
There's a sign-in sheet. If you would please just sign in, name and address. Thank you.
My name is Ray Baker. I live in 6 Firehouse Road, right next to my house. Right on the corner of 47 and 28 Firehouse Road. I'm wondering where the sign is exactly going to be, because my back window looks out that way, and I'm not really having, it's going to be like, I know that Markville has one of those type of LED lights in front of their house, kind of red dots, kind of all of them has one. Voice still, is that what the signs look like? Yeah.
There's no representatives in the fire department here, correct? Can you answer that question for this gentleman?
Is the sign going to look similar to the one in Olive?
Similar to the one in Olive.
Yeah.
But he was asking for the location.
It's going to be behind the firehouse, about 25, well, the property line is 50 feet wide, so it's going to be right in the middle of the,
You got the new firehouse and the old firehouse?
it's going to be in the old firehouse. That's the property that, because they can't put where the septic's going in the new firehouse.
So if you want to step up, we can show you a little bit of the map here. This is Route 28. This is the firehouse, and this is where the sign would be. So your property is here?
My property is here.
Oh, okay.
Right on the corner. There's Firehouse Road and 28.
Okay.
So you're actually on the other side. Yeah, on that side. So my back window is like right here?
You're on this side of Route 28 or this side? This side, right here. On the other side of Firehouse, right? Okay, got it. Oh,
I'm on my right of the firehouse.
okay.
Yeah, looking at the front of the.
Right. Well, I look at Firehouse Road.
Okay.
So, my house is oriented the same way. And then my back window is right here. Kind of kitchen window. I just really want to see a big bright red flashing light out of my back window.
Yeah. That won't be the case, I don't think. Is that correct?
It's a sign that's supposed to be illuminated on both sides.
But it's not going to be, you can't have flashing lights.
Right, technically, but it's going to be.
Does it have to be illuminated on both sides? Can you illuminate it just on one side?
It can be illuminated and shut off at certain times, so you won't see it at nighttime.
So the answer to that question is no?
Which question?
The question that it can be lit only on one side.
It can be lit on one side, as I said, it can be lit on one side and shut off at a certain time, so that people from both ways can see it, and at a certain time of night, you can shut one side off, so that it's still communicating on the other side, so that it wouldn't be blinding into his windows.
Is there any way you could, because.
It's gonna be from your house to where the sign is, it's gonna be about almost 40 feet from where your house is to where the sign's gonna be sitting. Where's your house is what, about 8 feet off the property, 10 feet off the property?
Yeah, we're very close. You know, yeah, maybe 12 feet or something.
So we're only 5 feet from the property line down towards other.
So it sounds to me like you wouldn't be that impacted.
Right, well, I'd like to see, like, if we could go out, like, if I could look out my back window, because maybe, one day, that window's fire night, maybe I could go out there, you could show me, we could see if we're gonna see it. But also, if it's gonna be on 24 hours, like, because, I don't know if it's gonna be on 24 hours a day or not, because I already got a problem with the, you know, the front light, you know, that big bright, I'm sure you can see it from your house too. And I know Frank sees it from his house, the front, the street light.
Street light? Yeah.
Lights up the firehouse, it's like shining right in my bedroom.
But I don't think the sign will be as big as the one, for example, in Olive, in Route 28.
Same sign.
Same size?
Same side.
Okay. The other aspect, we discussed this pretty thoroughly here, first meeting. We thought this was a public asset because it's an informational vehicle to inform the public. Like last year, we had a big drought and there was, issues like that.
Well, I totally understand that, I see the signs, just that, it seems like it's a, it's like a residential area, there's all, there's 3 or 4 houses down there, not walking back right now, but.
Would the fire department remove the shut off?
Oh, I can do whatever, like I said, if it's what it needs to be done, shut off at a certain time of night on one side, we can shut one side off.
We're really not cutting off, does it need to be going at night? There's a lot of light pollution in Big Indian already.
I mean, we can work something out.
Okay. Okay, well, let's get together one night and see, like, you can show me where you want it, and I can look at, like, I mean, maybe I won't see it at all from my kitchen.
Do you have an opportunity to move it further away towards the end of the other property?
I can move it further down the property line, yeah, I just trying to get it so it was, well, centered on that one property because it was the shortest distance for putting out, electric.
Yeah.
Is there any way, like, if when the new building is erected, is there any way you can put it, like, just flush on the back of the new building, so it's pointing
I'm
out?
trying to make it so that you can see it from both ways when you come down the road, because if you put it on the back of the building, you're not really gonna see,
See it from one way.
you're really not gonna see it either way. Because we have that sign that's out there right now that we put, we have to roll around,
Should we do a
and
conditional?
you can't see that sign when you're driving down the road.
Should we conditional
We have tried to
variance?
put as much information on that sign as we can.
Part of the variance would be that he has to shut off.
I mean, I can put that sign out basically where it's gonna go, and you can see it or not.
And is it gonna be red and with the dots, just like the one?
The one, I can,
I think they can change it.
you can change it, it's a million different colors.
This is like, give me those, I don't It doesn't look very residential.
Well, no. I mean, it's kind of tough.
I don't like the hand push signs. They hang out something like all that fun. Little suffers. Okay, yeah. Well, let's get together. Are you guys, tonight's Wednesday. I don't know if it might be dark by then, but one night this week we could stop. Just take a look.
Yeah, I said, I mean, if it's, I'm willing to work, but, if we gotta shut off earlier, I shut up without. It's all done now by cell phones and computers, so that you can put all your stuff up there, time it, turn it on, turn it off, different colors, brightnesses.
Are you wed to this position? If there was a slight tweak, could you move this?
I can move it, yeah,
To the south? Or further behind?
East.
To the east?
Yeah, it moves a little bit to the east, because that will probably not,
That would be a view for
that would be, probably wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But they're a little bit closer to 28.
Well, we want to, they're asking for a variance because you're not allowed to have something in 128. We think this is a valuable asset because it's an informational asset to the community and, we want to support the fire department.
I understand, I want to support, I'm with those guys. They're my neighbors.
You might have firearms.
I see it every Wednesday night.
Okay. So we're willing to grant the variance, but how may we tweak the variance to satisfy them?
Well, maybe I should get together
I mean, if you guys can, willing to work
with
together.
Eric, and then we can take off.
And if I have to move it down the road and put it, I mean, you keep it off the same property line, if I have to move it down 5, 10 feet, it's not really much of a big deal.
Right. So, we're gonna go this week, and then what do you have to do? Do you have to put another plan in, or just show it?
We have to show exactly where the sign is going to be.
Okay.
And then it would be approved.
Okay.
So we couldn't approve a variance until such time as we had the actual location for the sign.
I mean, also, if we go there, I mean, tonight, maybe it's 7 o'clock, you guys are gonna be there. Maybe it's there not tonight.
If you, where the sign is now, if you could show you exactly where the sign's going to be located.
Right.
You could look at your window.
Exactly.
The corner of the building might shield you from the sign where it is now.
Exactly.
Not, this way you know for sure.
Yeah. So we can take a look tonight, so I'm going back home after this. And I was gonna have a meeting.
We want to grant a variance. We have the ability to grant a conditional variance, saying you can have that variance if you move the sign, but what would that condition be?
I just want to see the bright red lights from my kitchen windows. That's the matter.
Can we just grant this variance on the expectation you guys can work together?
I can't enforce expectations. I cannot enforce expectations. I think that's impossible.
Yeah, but you're not putting up the sign this week, are you?
Well, I would like to try and order it because then after next month, or the first of next month, it's going up like another $5,000.
The cost of the sign.
It's just a matter of.
Well, I want to make sure that I get the stuff before I get it approved, the variance before I get the sign.
We're going to approve the variance, obviously, it's just the location of the sign is what we're looking at right now. We're trying to make it plausible for the neighbor on that side of the fire. That's the only issue, so I mean, if the sign is going to go up, it's just a matter of where.
I'm willing to grant the
You
variance.
guys also have comments from county planning that you're gonna have to do during your normal meeting before you start making any.
Because it's on 128, on the page.
Yeah, you forward to county planning.
And they have to do that.
No, they don't have to, they send recommendations to you.
Wasn't that voted already?
Yes, not reviewed yet, that's the board.
Have they returned? Did they return it?
Yeah, they should be. They were emailed to you, that's not final, actually.
What was their recommendation?
I didn't see it.
Mark should have one, everyone should have one.
Well, I'm gonna have to see, let you guys know what I'm.
No, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a small community, these are neighbors, I'm willing to.
They don't need to review that.
I don't see a recommendation here.
Yeah, I have one more pile of papers, I think. I missed it. Didn't grab on my way down. I'll just run upstairs and get it. Oh, I'll just go upstairs and get it. Take me 2 seconds.
I guess so. Okay.
Well, I was wondering if we can put this issue raised for right now and close it and then reopen it after we hear the other hearing we have scheduled for 6:45, the Drake application, and then go back to this, and then we'll have recommendations from the county.
Because Derek and I can go home and take a look right now and come back. I don't know.
Yeah, oh, you can do that. You can actually-
20 minutes.
Yeah, our actual meeting starts at 7 o'clock. What we're doing now is having public hearings, which are essential before we can move on any variance that has to then be done before the meeting. So that's where it's a 6:30 here. So, yeah, if you wanna do that.
I know.
I'm sure.
We can look out the windows and read it.
Right.
Okay, so we'll just, I don't think we need a motion for that. No,
They'll keep it open, they'll want to hold open days until they have an opportunity to look at that. We have an opportunity to look at the recommendation from the county.
Well, you have to close the public hearing before you review the recommendation from the county. Yes, of course. The only requirement is that within like 30 days of close the public hearing, you have to vote on the application.
62 days.
That's secret.
Okay,
No, for our variance, we have 60 days.
okay, so we need a motion to close the public hearing and open it later after something.
You want to leave it open?
We can't just leave it open. Sorry, these are technicalities.
Don't close it if you don't want to close it. You guys can go.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll see you guys later, we'll be here.
Just leave it open. That's what I.
So I make a motion to open the public hearing for the Robert Drake application. Have a second? Second. All in favor? Okay, open the motion. So we need to read the public notice.
All right. Notice is hereby given that the Town of Shandaken Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 267-A of the state law and as prescribed in the district schedule of area and bulk regulations of the Shandaken Town Code for the purpose of hearing the following applicant. Regarding an application for area variance submitted by Robert Drake for a parcel located at 46 Route 214 in Phoenicia, further identified as SBL number 14.13-1-65, said parcel being located in a Hamlet commercial zoning district. The applicant is seeking relief from the required 20-foot setback on the side property line in order to construct an addition to the house that will house utilities. The public hearing is scheduled for March 19th, 2025 at 6:45 p.m. at the Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, Shandaken, New York. Anyone who wishes to make comment regarding the application may do so during the public hearing. If you are unable to attend, you can send any comments you would like read during the meeting to shandakenbldg@gmail.com or P.O. Box 134, Shandaken, New York 12480. All such comments must be received no later than March 19th, 2025 at 3 o'clock p.m. There was an email, but I believe a neighbor of Mr. Drake's, but she had let me know that they had met and discussed her concerns and worked it out, and she's happy.
Great.
Yeah.
The neighbors that are closest to where the utility would be is Andy and Kristen Carson. I spoke to them, I showed them the space, and then they CC'd me on the ZBA secretary indicated that they're supportive of the project.
Okay,
I read it. It was an email.
okay. Great, so if you hang around, we can, we'll open the, official meeting at 7 o'clock, or what do you want to put you on the agenda first? Yep. All right, that concludes our public hearing. I make a motion to close the public hearing. The Robert Drake public hearing. Second. All in favor? Aye. So moved. Okay. Well, hang on till 7 o'clock.
here.
What's the other guy? Woodland Valley.
Yeah, this is.
Let me see that. Yes, okay, got that. Yes, oh, Travis Highway.
Why was this not brought up in the meeting? Why am I the only one that can say here that it's not there?
Olivia tells me that just a tiny point of Travel Hollow, very into Travel Hollow is in yeah, that's really good. Really? Moon Hall Road? That's really rad.
Okay, you know what, they seem to really. There you go. Did you, they, county comments on his questions. This came in with big paper. Same yeah, no, I'm there. It's because you're super.
That's what time there's no issue.
I mean, there's a cap. So I really think you should be given anything you want, but that's just I think it's fair. Honestly, 99% of the people right now would on the chance of an interior, Yeah, well, dogs have signs. So they're saying perhaps we want to look at those regulations and take some of that guidance into consideration for your habits. No. Don't have to do anything. You get to be your own professional.
They're suggesting that the amount of illumination, how frequently the message changes is a possible track on it.
Yeah, they're just saying you gotta be careful.
I mean, I don't see how we can make it very
I think their point is more that you should have regulation that will guide that without this board's guidance. I'm here to talk about more, give me. But since you don't have those regulations, if you would like to review other towns, here they are.
I mean, we do have regulations for lighting and signs.
No, not flashing signs. On what? Not flashing signs. Yeah, we have regulations about, we have regulations essentially saying, don't let anybody put a sign like the one here. Essentially. That's exactly what regulations
Yeah, double-sided signs were always a no-no.
are. Lit signs, anything backlit, anything on direction, none of that's allowed. Something would be called. I bought this.
Rudy Frank Road, and he wants an addition to yeah. Yes. Yes, that's what
They like you. Yep.
Looking at the sign. Very narrow.
A lot of that like 10 feet. Although it's also, they have, like, I guess there's a village on the other there's sign roads are actually pretty strict. They have signs. It's like that whatever zoning code you have, right, that mostly right there, how often a distraction traffic possible schedule, flash. That's
Speaking of flash, it's a good thing about that house that exploded. Well, Jameson's working up in Ohio. You could see it. Somewhere near Stillway. Something. Yeah. I guess there's some just rock Jameson said as he ran firefighter, volunteer firefighter, and said that he was first on scene.
Is there any death? Are we hearing from anybody from Mr. Wadensky?
I believe he has represented. Okay, good, that's good.
Yeah, Mr. Verall was unable to come, so someone else is here. Couldn't tell what it was.
Okay, 7 o'clock, call to order, please. Let's open the 7 o'clock regular meeting. All stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance. Roll call, please.
Mark Bodie.
Here.
Gary Guglielmetti. Alan Bella. Christian Lynch. Henry Williams.
Present.
Was there any amendments to the minutes from the February meeting as submitted? No amendments? Do I make a motion we approve the minutes of the February meeting as submitted? Do you have a second? Gary seconds, all in favor? Aye. Minutes from the February meeting as submitted are accepted. Any other business before we go to Mr. Drake? Okay. Okay, so we had the variance for Mr. Drake, which was a slight build-out on the side property. Didn't have any input from the neighbors except for a favorable email from the neighbors that they got. There's no impedance for fire suppression, no impedance for access to health emergencies, continued WC and reasons that we should not. Any other questions for Mr. Drake? No? So I make a motion that we accept the variance as submitted. All in favor? I will need to roll call.
Mark Bodie.
So the appropriate is yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gary Guglielmetti. Yes. Alan Bella. Yes. Christian Lynch. Henry Williams.
Yes.
So moved.
Good luck.
Oh, you got big business waiting on the back, so. Pulls on to the side of the-
So we're in Traver Hollow. Chris Colasanti, the homeowner over in Traver Hollow, 28A, and Patrick is here. We have a separate permit for an addition on our house that's already approved. The request here is for a variance for a second story on a freestanding garage that would sit next to the house. There's no garage there now. There's a site plan showing the whole area if you want to see it. We're kind of where there's no neighbors anywhere within half mile of us. The garage is going to sit such that the property is sloped, and like the contour drawings, we want to take a look to show you the property is sloped, so the front of the garage you're going to drive in, but the back of the top of the first story is at grade because of the slope, so you can come out of the second level onto grade in the back. The second level, the proposal is to include an office, a workshop, a storage room, and a second workshop. It's on drawings. You can take a look at it there if you'd like to see it. Elevation, what it looks like in the front. We have a site plan of the whole area. Yep.
You must be the very end of Traver Hollow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is. There are only three, I think, property or houses in Shandaken Township in that area. So there's another big house past that, owned by Stephen Bach, and then when you go past that house into the woods, the road transitions right there past his house, all over to Shandaken, and we are one of three houses back there.
And that road with the stone bridge, that road turns and makes you sewer.
Yes, that's the Henry's house. The big stone house, yeah, that's the one that's one summer. Yeah, this will be Henry's house. Do you know Henry's house?
But where's the second page?
Just just in terms of like, I don't know if the variance, if it has to do with like neighbors and stuff, but you can kind of see, and even, I mean, we need even a bigger piece of paper for the whole.
How many acres is here?
13 and a half. There's another, the next house is like kind of in scale, like kind of down this way.
It seems to make sense to drive up, drive straight in, and then by the time you walk up down this floor, you're back there.
Okay. This isn't relevant to our ruling, but what is the facade?
It's we haven't the yet, but we're like a board and batten, kind of wood, vertical board and batten. I guess this depends on where you measure from. From what? So it's the roof is a shed roof, so there's a higher side in the back and a lower side facing the house.
Here it is, 24 from the grade, yeah, grade. Finished grade.
From the other side of the house,
Looks similar to Hot Christie Drive.
Yeah. I thought the allowable height was 30 feet.
15 feet.
That's correct.
15 feet for an accessory structure, 35 feet for a single family.
Got it. Okay. You got so many regs here, it's hard to memorize them. Okay.
There's gonna be no bathroom,
No bathroom.
no plumbing at all.
Whereas we're seeing the first, in the garage itself and back, like a utilities in the back.
You're gonna have water.
We're gonna have water there, yeah.
Is that will be linked to an existing septic?
There's this septic, we're gonna run a pipe to the existing septic.
Okay. You live on this property, right?
Yeah, full-time, yeah. My kids go to school down there.
Okay, any other questions?
No, I don't think they're overdrawn.
Are you? Let's go over it. So, we're obligated to hold a public hearing, as you probably know, here, which will be the next month. That'll be the April and we're obligated to hear any public input. Every adjacent neighboring property will be notified of the public hearing, which looks like.
Daniel Latt owns all of the land around us, and then there's no structure on there, so there are no adjacent neighbors. You would have to go on the property beyond, so it's ours, 13 and a half, and it has 200 acres around it. And then beyond that, there's 5 on one side, 5 parcels. A home in Olive, that big adjacent house, and then another one down the road.
There's really only one adjacent.
So it's one land, there's no home in California.
Yeah, we're still obligated.
Okay, sure. He's the one that sold us the land. So we had a 3.5 acre parcel, he just sold us 10 acres earlier this year. To allow us to do this project. So we didn't have to go to the garage before, but now we know.
Do you use the community?
What's that?
You move into the community?
No, we've had the house, second house for 10 years, but then we moved here in 2020.
Okay.
So thanks. Yeah, I have boys on the road. All right, so next month hearing, and then we come back for hearing, and then we do it there.
Do you want to do April 16th at 45?
Yes. We need a motion for that? So I make a motion, we hold a public hearing, for the, Christopher Polo's property, at the April meeting at 6:45.
That's spring break for the schools that week, so we're out there. Is he allowed to represent the hearing?
As long as there's a form.
We just need the agent authorization.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yes, he is also.
Yeah, sounds great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Someone second.
We need a second.
Alan?
So all in favor of the public hearing? All in favor of the public hearing? All in favor? Aye. So moved.
Does anybody want this? Do you want to go with the larger site plan in front of this? That's not part of what you got.
Did I get the contour?
No, we do. We take care of
Yeah,
it.
we take care of all that. Yeah.
You reimburse us if we, but it's gonna be like $10.
Since you have no
There's a link on the website, you have to have a.
Yeah.
So were we hearing from Mr. Jones? Yes, sir. Come on up.
I own a little piece of property up on Rudy Frank Road. It's less than half an acre, and I'm looking to put an addition on it. I'm trying to add a den to it, remove a covered porch, incorporate the new covered porch onto it and a walk-in closet. The reason why is because my wife and I like to, of course, finish out our lives in the home there. And the living room now, it's kind of a small house because it was an uncontrolled lot. So originally had a trailer on it, and we stick built on it. My father did when he owned the land, and in the footprint of the trailer, so it's kind of a small building. And we'd like to add this, so my living room now, I could convert into maybe a laundry area, so my wife can have it downstairs, and a dining area, and then add it in. To take place for Tracy is my sister. Teresa. Yes. That's my.
Tracy, what else is she?
Tracy lives at my mom's in the apartment. No, that's my mom's house. What zoning?
R3.
So this is area variance, but how much of a variance are they asking for?
30 foot apartment, I don't know, it's like.
Yeah, that's why you see get correct.
Yeah, like in the past, how long would we, you know, but what size is the variance?
Front.
Yes, that's the front building.
What is the allowable?
660. You can check that.
Okay, I'll trust this.
There is a 6x10 on the porch on that right now.
660. 660.
Yes. Yes, so it's going to be 8 foot closer to the road.
And you have neighbors on both sides, but you're saying you're both?
I have a neighbor across the road, yes, I have a neighbor behind me, a neighbor to the right, and my mom to the left.
Okay.
How close to the road is those houses?
Well, the neighbor behind me is on 42, State Road 42. The neighbor across from me is probably set back, built by various, probably about the same distance I'm set back from the road right now.
So the houses in the neighborhood that are on either side of you and across the street?
Either side,
Basically the same.
So my mom's house to the left, the property, the left, that's also, her address is off of Route 42. She does have a little driveway that goes up there, but her house is closer to 42. And the other house is quite a ways from me, that's down on 42 also.
She should have right when you're standing on Rudy Frank Road looking at.
She's right.
I know where you're.
The route 42 is
Over here. Down here.
here.
Yeah, Rudy Frank goes like this. And then it keeps around 42.
All right, got it.
it's down the hill a little bit, right?
Yes.
You're actually higher over here. So you're not visible from 42.
Great, so you know, homes that are on either side.
Code violations, the code does allow for,
That's where we're getting.
variance, but built-in variance for front setbacks. If you can find a home within 200 feet of a code violation addition that has a similar or lesser setback, then I don't know, there's no such home in this, I did check.
Oh, okay. That's what I was getting.
I check. I try. I don't want to make them come here, they don't want to.
Also, Mr. Wojciechowski is totally correct.
No.
And we're not hearing from
Yeah, somebody here.
Okay, coming up. Okay,
So he's looking for a 30-foot variance.
that's quite a large variance. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Jones? No? You good?
Yep.
All right. Okay, I make a motion, we hold a public hearing on the Robert Jones variance application for the April meeting. Have a second? Second, all in
You
favor?
guys want to push that to 6:30 or do you want to set that?
Oh, 6:30 is, it says 5. 6:30.
We could do it at 7. The public hearing for previous Mr. Burgers, not going to be anybody. I'm expecting any. 6:30 or 7? Okay.
7?
Yeah, we'll go with time. Okay, so, public hearing, we're obligated to hold a public hearing before we make a ruling on this. Okay, that'll be for 7 o'clock on the April meeting. What was that date again?
16th.
16th of April.
I'll give you a
And we'll hear from any neighbors or anybody who has any input, we'll take that into consideration should we move on.
Thank you.
I would give that to white density first.
Pardon me?
I would do white density next. The neighbor, I think, might be coming out there.
Okay. A couple of things came up since you were here, which we'll discuss. Okay, so we're hearing, you're Mr. Wojciechowski's representative? Okay, so you're not here for asking for a variance. You're here.
I was asked to come this morning because Chris could not show due to the I am closest to everything other than what I did this morning. I met Mr. Ladinsky sent me on the code violation, and he supposedly sent you guys everything, forms and so forth.
But what is your relationship to Mr. Wojciechowski?
He just has to come represent, maybe just to.
He has to have a representative here, he can't.
Can't go forward without. So it was on record that somebody came for him, because Chris did not show. As I said, I'm closest to everything other than what I read, with the 116, whatever, A violation.
Okay.
He states-
But you're not the property owner?
No.
Okay.
He's authorized. I can say they got their things more than I read, I have no clue.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Mr. White, the material submitted was submitted by Mr. White for you.
Yeah, the 6 copies of what happened, violation.
So I understand that Mr. Wojciechowski is not asking for a variance and negative reason, he's asking for.
An appeal on my violation.
I think he's asking for.
He's asking for an appeal on my violation.
Yeah,
What was your
he's not
violation?
saying anything.
It's an application for appeal, it's right for title. My
Wait,
violation.
wait. He filed for a variance, not, he's appealing how you interpreted a piece of the code that you applied to his notice of violation, and he wants us to interpret interpret the piece of code that you cited, I think
I
that's.
disagree, but that's not what they say, this is why.
I'm looking for the,
I
his
heard,
variance request.
there's no variance.
I had that.
There's no variance.
There was a new, I saw it, it's a new application that we put together on information,
There's a new application that I put together for an appeal, that I had marked you before I sent Mr. White, yes. But he did not submit an application for variance, he submitted an application for an appeal.
Can I have a copy of this?
But the issue was not the house, but the issue was the disposition of the solar panels.
The issue is the storage of commercial equipment on residential zone property.
They need solar panels.
Yes, that is commercial equipment.
Do you have,
And that is a violation based on. Yes, that's it.
let me see.
Okay.
No, this is. No, this is, oh, yeah.
It's right on the mailing address.
He wants, this is an application for an interpretation.
Slash appeal.
Well, you can say slash appeal.
It does say slash appeal.
Really, it's like, what he wants is an interpretation from the board.
That's for you all, so you can interpret what he's asking for. It's
The only
not-
thing I'm trying to interpret, Grace, is the application that he filled out. That's all.
I'm
And I'd like to frame the issue on what is before us.
And what is before us is not an appeal or a variance, but an interpretation of usage.
An interpretation
Unless it's changing by law.
of 116.9A.
Okay. So what?
Given my correspondence with Mr. White, it is my belief that he is appealing my violation. So that if this board decides that indeed I set a violation in error, it makes the violation go away. This is the next step. If there are checks and balances, this is check.
Okay.
That's what I believe Mr. White is asking for, is that perhaps you can call him if he's available to speak with, so that you can let them know if that's possible. I don't know if he's available for you to call.
I essentially agree with you that it's an appeal, but it's an appeal for an interpretation of what you wrote to him as the notice of violation. And he wants us to interpret 116.9A or 6A, whatever it is. But he wants us to interpret that. And then, at least in my thinking, leads me to believe that he wants us to say what it actually means. And if the violation that we received is in conjunction with the way 116.9A is written. And then,
You said the violation doesn't match the actual code.
so that's why it was an interpretation. Yeah. And besides that, I was at the last planning board meeting, and it seems like that this gentleman that filed this, which is Chris. You know, it seems that he was at the last planning board meeting, and this issue seemed to be resolved at the planning board meeting, that he was looking for a class 2 housing variance and with a special permit, and that was going to be issued after the public hearing for a period of like 12 months, and then they're going to revisit it, and then they had to have certain plantings and shielding from the backyard. So this is actually going to go away, because once he does that, then he's not in violation, so this is disappear.
Well, technically, that's, I don't understand what his thought process, he's not speaking about the thought process. Technically, the second that this board starts reviewing an application for appeal or interpretation it stays my violation. My violation is on hold until you make a determination. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a public hearing on it, but it stays, the violation, I do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Until you make a determination.
We're not here to say whether you're right or wrong. What we're looking at in this particular instance, or this particular case, is to interpret that piece of code and explain what it means. And if it means how you gave him a violation notice, then that's between you and him. But we're only going to interpret supposedly what it means. And that would be, we would be done.
Well, unless there's further action from Mr. Ortiz.
I don't know what you've done with it. I encourage you to read the code. Where are we? Here, in so far, 11668, powers and duties. Under A, under interpretation, hearing side questions where it's alleged that there's an error in order requiring decision or determination made by the zoning enforcement officer involving the interpretation of any provision in the chapter. Determining any portion of text of chapter or conditions requirements specified, made in the provision, determining the exact location that's district boundaries. If you decide that I'm wrong, the violation.
We're not here to decide whether you're wrong or right. We're here to interpret what that particular piece of code means, and that's it.
Did I apply the code correctly situation?
That's not what the interpretation
You
is.
guys discuss that, because that's not the point of it.
Yes, that's exactly what it says. I mean,
This is the conversation that you guys have. My
and also what we should do then is schedule a public hearing.
You have to. You don't have to. You have to schedule a public hearing.
But there's no application, there's no actual application, actual variance.
No, but there's an application for appeal, which you're bound by code.
There is an application.
It's an appeal of an interpretation. That's
The
what
application, that's the application you're reviewing.
yeah. It's an appeal of an interpretation
That's
of
for
the
both
code.
sides. That piece is for you guys.
That's what it is. I mean,
Talk to each other about it, but the idea here being that I am the end all and be all of zoning code, that I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, this is where we go. To get that clear.
this isn't about you being right or wrong, in my opinion. This is about us
No,
interpreting.
I understand that we have a difference of opinion.
Well, we have, I guess we can agree that this is.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Thank you.
Difficult situation, but I do want to make sure that Mr. Wright has anything to be regarding the appropriate.
There's also another where he mentions what the violation is and what the code states.
Yes, that's the case he's making this board. That
I noticed where he said the code states he's using 116-9, not 9A. Is there a difference?
There's not 169 that goes down. He's referencing.
Basically, about instructions and stuff like that. It does mention land
Yeah, land use is listed in 169.
in one sentence.
It's in the level. And then 116 is the requirement to screen any exterior storage of commercial equipment in a residential zone. Which Mr. Wright, I believe is arguing since my initial violation of 169A is wrong, then 11637 should not apply. I believe that's his argument.
Well, did the planning board issue a special permit?
The planning board scheduled a public hearing for next month.
So why don't we schedule a public hearing? We have that.
There's nothing to rule on
And
this.
then, well, next month, the planning board is going to meet before us. So if the planning board meets before us, and this issue gets resolved, then we can sit and.
If you schedule a public hearing, you have to vote on it.
Yeah.
So that's the acceptance of the application.
Well, we're gonna vote on the interpretation.
Whatever you want.
Not whether you're wrong.
Okay.
All right?
So we're okay holding a public hearing on the issue at the next meeting?
Yeah. We have time.
7:15 or 6:30?
I make a motion to have a public hearing for the Kaminsky issue interpretation.
I'll second that.
What time? 7:15 or 6:30?
Well, we better say 6. What do you think? 6:30. 6:30. Yeah.
6:30, 6:45, and 7.
There'll be a public hearing at 6:30. The neighbors will be notified. There's public hearing, so we'll give them an opportunity to weigh in.
What's the date?
April, I think it's 16th.
16.
Public hearing at 6:30, this is situation. Try to sort this
I'll
out.
also let you know that by tomorrow, this meeting should be on YouTube, so you should be able to.
I'm sure you will.
And I'll send them a reminder email of the 6 thing.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
is that issue closed? Any other?
Yep.
I think we kicked that around.
Yeah. Any
Come
other?
back.
You can go home.
Well, hopefully my wife will do.
Okay, well, thanks for coming. We appreciate the input. Any old business? Any new business?
You've got it. They're about to.
Oh, sorry.
We thought you were just watching.
It's so fast.
How'd it go?
Seems like we worked it out.
Move it?
It looks like it's gonna fit there.
Where it is?
There it is.
The initial areas on the plan.
Initially where it is on
Where the
the
building's gonna block your view of it, right?
The building is gonna block the view mostly. It's like you can still see it from the garden area. But, you know, I mean, I'd rather not, but I understand, I'd rather not see it, but I understand the benefits to the community, so.
Trust me, I'd rather not have any signs anywhere, but that's beyond my, scope.
Yeah, and then, you know, and I get it, you know, it's important community.
And you can always work out.
Yeah, and we work,
When
and I
you're
think
gonna
that,
back the sign, maybe not.
right, and we'll work out, it seems like, I don't think it has to be official, but we can work out when it's on and when it's off in the evenings. Well, but unless it's a state of emergency, you probably want it on, then.
Yeah, you know, that's a different story, they'll announce it
That
down
would be
here.
different, but,
Look at the good side. The good side is that homeowners insurance is a lot lower than other people's, right?
Gotta go down even more.
Well, since you,
no, like I said, they're my neighbors, you know.
it's a
So,
small
if
community.
everyone, I would support our house, one of these days, hopefully.
No matter what
Because
we
Frank
do,
keeps twisting my arm.
yeah, no matter what we do here, everybody has to get along, regardless of what we do here. But, since you left, we were informed of the county input, which said no impact to the county, but they suggested that there, were regulations other towns, Shandaken Lloyd, within the community about things like how frequently the message changes, how bright it is, because that could be a potential traffic hazard. But it looked like those roads were so general.
It says basically, be careful because the sign can impact the driver because when it's being changed, I mean, things we know that, happens on sign, but that's the nature of the sign, right?
No playing movies.
Right.
So I don't think there's any layer of conditionality we can, that's within the common sense. That's not right. Yeah, you want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the sign for the Albury Firehouse.
Second.
All in favor?
Mark Lodi,
Yes.
Gary Guglielmetti, Alan Bella,
Yes.
Christian Lynch, Henry Williams.
So moved. Okay, good luck. Yeah, thanks for your work out today. That's the best solution, neighbors work together. Okay.
And when we get that way, we'll do a test, we'll do a test before we.
All right. Bye, each other over here.
Go to the chicken dinner.
I'll be there, believe me, I'll be there.
We expect to see all of you there.
I hope so, yeah. Good luck with the fire department. I know you guys are stressed with manpower and all that. You're doing such an important job.
Yesterday was a rough day for everybody. We had the funeral for the chief of Pine Hill yesterday.
Oh, is that first?
And that was Timmy Johnsmeyer. And then we got called to Fireville because everybody on the other side of the mountain was at fire call. So we had.
Right. You know anything about this house that exploded where was it?
You know, that was West Road. You know about as much as I know, and they're not putting out too much information onto it right now because it's under investigation by the state police,
Okay.
and also by the Ulster County fire investigators.
Wow. Okay.
And that's all, as I said, what you know is basically what I know until they come out with their findings.
Let's hope that doesn't happen in this community.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you.
Laura. Good luck.
See you guys.
Okay, so let's hold this. When are we expecting to hear from the When are we expecting to hear from the
The goal right now, well, until we get the planning workshop to discuss their secret review with them during the workshop. The goal is that they will attend the April planning board meeting. Hopefully review that planning board, and then the rest of this review can continue. So they're waiting on the deck seeker before they come back to you. They should be back, they may, if they get their deck next month, they will be here next month, you guys follow me. I would encourage you to review the document they submitted a few months ago. I know it's a lot, but it's a lot. It's very thorough to every single section they ask for.
Even, you know, answers to various questions.
Yeah, but it's all there. You have to report, and it's a lot of reading. So you have time to review before the meeting.
It's a good
It
review.
might make it a little.
It's a good review. It's about artifacts, everything. Everything is listed as artifacts.
He does, there's separate, there's two addendums in there, there's one use variance and one area variance, it's all addressed. There's a lot. But they should be here.
Great. So just so you guys know, from 3 to 6 o'clock, we had a meeting in conjunction with the Partners of Progress as a consulting firm that was out to review the comprehensive town plan. And I guess this is where we were going to go. About 20 people here?
18. It was all steering committee members.
Yeah. And so that's tantamount to getting that done, and then we will then do the hard work regarding. So that's where that's at. So moving along.
I just have one issue, and it's got to be business, and it's with the new application for area use variance. If you could, that center section, put back the other center section, to give us, like, you know, what I discussed with you before about, you know, the distances and what the code says, you know, what.
Per area.
So this is allowable variances and various.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Okay, do I have a motion
You know, I've been reading it, I read it. I'm thinking that it says, I'm thinking that it says.
You've been here 30 years.
I'm thinking that they change it. Well, that has to work with the but it says, it's very, like, when you read it, it talks about from the time of the code, the inception of the code, you know, here, thereafter, that no structure, you know, building or land can be altered in any way, or rebuilt, or this and that, it goes on and on. But the only thing that it talks about land is that one thing where it says land, so does that mean that?
It says land use.
Yeah, land use, well, yeah, it says, yeah, but that's the only thing that says land, so it seems like, does that mean that you can't excavate the land and do this or that, or does that mean that you can't put anything on the land?
It says land use.
It's like, it's a crazy way to word it, really.
So it's
It should have
vague.
been written so much simpler.
It's a little bit, but I think land use is pretty straightforward. How you're using the property.
But the way it's written,
Alan says,
All right, any other business? I make a motion to adjourn. May I have a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. So adjourned.
Thanks, Grace. Thanks for